What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Competitive Pokemon, back for another Card of the Day session. Let me know what you guys think of this new series I'm trying out. It's just going to be a series where I review certain cards, talk about their viability in standard and expanded formats, and just what I think their future is going to be. So, let me know what you think. Trying it out, just going to see how it goes. In the last Card of the Day video that I did, I felt like my arms were about to fall off holding these cards up in the air, and was being very shaky. So I have improvised and now have a nice box set up. A little nice logo here, Pokemon, Sun and Moon, looking good, that I can place my cards onto. And that way I can just talk about them and not feel like I'm lifting 1,000 pounds. All right, so let's get to it. Today's card of the day is Noivern GX. So, Noivern GX, a Stage 1 GX Pokemon to come out of the new Sun and Moon Burning Shadows set. Noivern GX boasts 200 hit points, which is pretty middle of the road as far as Stage 1 GXs go. It's not quite as high as Ninetales GX's 210, but it is the same as both Espeon and Umbreon GX, so 200 is kind of the magic number, just what we would expect from a Stage 1 GX. Noivern has 3 attacks. The first one reads, your opponent can't play any item cards from their hand during their next turn. It's called Distort, and it costs a dark and a colorless. Now, since we look at Noivern GX's type, we see that Noivern is Dragon type, and we know that these attacks can be paid for with the double dragon energy. So instantly that kind of comes to mind. We need to take that into consideration when talking about the viability of this card. Unfortunately, double dragon energy is only going to be legal in expanded format in the upcoming year. It is rotating out. So, in expanded, we do have double dragon as an option, but in standard, we have to pay the full cost with the actual energies. So, Distort, item locking attack, right? For 2 energy, a dark and a colorless. We know item lock was extremely powerful this past year in the form of Vileplume, right? Vileplume was really good in those Decidueye decks and locked both you and your opponent out of items, and was just great for disrupting the opponent's strategy and kind of shutting off their options. Oh, hi, Carl. And for shutting off their options in the middle of the game. Distort is a one-sided item lock, right? So it should be pretty powerful, you would think. This kind of one-sided item lock has seen lots of success in the past. First of all, Seismitoad EX, famous for its Quaking Punch. It was usable with just a double colorless energy, only did 30 damage, but of course was on a basic Pokemon EX, and pretty much defined the entire format that it was legal in, right? We also have Trevenant, right? And Trevenant Break. Trevenant from the XY set has a one-sided item lock as well, but it's ability-based, so it doesn't have to use an attack. All it has to do is be in the active, and it imposes a one-sided item lock on the opponent. We also had a Gothitelle back in the day, a little while ago, that had a one-sided item lock as well, and that deck was able to win a national championship. So, this one-sided item lock has lots of history to it and has seen lots of success in the past. So, what's up with Distort? Distort is on a Stage 1. It does a little bit more damage than Seismitoad's Quaking Punch, but it's not accessible with the double colorless energy, which would make this attack so much better, right? Distort, I think, is a good attack if you have double dragon, right? Just being able to do a 1 energy attachment for your item lock is just very strong. For 2 energy attachments, I don't like it quite as much. I don't think it's as useful. I don't think it's as attainable, right? You have to sink 2 energies into this thing in order to get that Distort attack off, and I just don't think it's as quick and as powerful without that double dragon energy. So let's take a look at its second attack. For a Psychic, a Dark, and a Colorless, we can use Sonic Volume for 120 damage. This attack is going to seem a little reminiscent as well. says your opponent can't play any special energy cards from their hand during your next turn. So this is very much like Chaos Wheel. We kind of have like a Seismitoad EX, Giratina EX combo here with Distort and Sonic Volume. Has the option to disrupt items, then also has the option to do more damage with Sonic Volume, but then you break your own item lock when you use Sonic Volume, but maybe Sonic Volume is just the better play at that point in the game. It's nice to have as an option, also just to do more damage. Then finally, Boom Burst GX, Noivern's GX attack says, this attack does 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So just a great spread attack for the cost of a Psychic, a Dark, and a Colorless. Noivern boasts no resistance, no retreat cost, and a weak to Fairy type Pokemon. The no retreat cost, super great, very good. Always nice to have a free retreater in your deck, especially with Guzma. That's just going to be very popular, right? And Guzma is just going to make free retreat Pokemon even more valuable to have so that you can switch, with Guzma's switching effect and still be able to choose whoever you would like to bring up from your opponent's side of the field. But I think Noivern is just going to be a little underpowered. This seems like such a powerful card, right? It seems like you got item lock, you've got energy denial, you've got sniping. What else do you want? But I think in standard format, without that double dragon energy, it's just not nearly as powerful or playable. I think someone like Gardevoir GX is just going to tear this card up. Even if Gardevoir GX doesn't attach any special energy from hand, it does not care. If Noivern GX has 2 energies attached to it, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. Gardevoir GX only needs 2 fairy energies attached to it in order to knock out a 2 energy Noivern GX. And Gardevoir GX can pull off fancy tricks with the new Diancie or even just Beacon Vulpix to find the evolutions it needs without the use of item cards. And now that Tapu Lele is out, right, and Wonder Tag, you can use Tapu Lele's Wonder Tag to search out whatever supporter you want. So I think that Distort is just not going to be as powerful in the upcoming standard format as we have seen with item lock in the past. I think that the Sonic Volume attack is basically going to be null and void because Gardevoir GX is just going to destroy this thing. So unfortunately, I think Noivern GX is not going to enjoy a whole lot of success in the upcoming standard format. I think Noivern GX is much better in expanded format where you have the option to attack with Double Dragon. Maybe you compare it with other Dragon Pokemon. You also have that Hydreigon EX just to be able to give your other dragons free retreat if you play other dragons with it. Maybe you play Noivern GX with Decidueye and you can snipe. I do like that with 50 damage on Distort, you can attach a Choice Band and do 80. That's good numbers. Maybe you play it with Laser and can hit 100 damage item lock, which is pretty powerful, seems pretty good. I don't really know, but it doesn't really seem like Noivern is going to be the it card going forward. And even just its usability with Decidueye is limited because Decidueye is getting that Force of Giant Plants banned from expanded format. I keep forgetting that. So, I think Noivern GX is, a little bit not super excited on it, but definitely a cool card to have around and should be interesting to see if maybe the meta shifts in a way. Maybe we do get a Double Dragon reprint sometime and the doors are kind of opened wide for Noivern GX to enjoy some success, maybe somewhere along the line in the future. All right, that's it for Noivern GX. Thanks for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you all think of this Card of the Day series. Peace.